Buying a TV wall mount sounds simple until you're staring at a crooked screen or hearing weird creaks in the wall. I've been there. So I went out and bought 5 of the most popular options claiming to be the best TV wall mount, installed them in real rooms, lived with them, and figured out which ones are actually worth your money. Product number 1, Perlagear UL listed full motion TV wall mount. When I first picked up the Perlagear mount, the weight surprised me in a good way. It feels thick, solid, and honestly overbuilt. The steel arms don't flex when you move them, and that gave me confidence before the TV even went on the wall. During installation, the pre-assembled design saved a lot of time. I didn't have to guess which bolt went where, and the paper template made lining up studs way easier. Once mounted, the movement felt smooth, not stiff or jerky. I could pull my 75-inch TV way out, swivel it for different seats, then push it almost flat again without fighting it. The tool-free tilt knob is something I didn't think I'd care about, but I used it more than expected to kill glare during the day. If you've got a big, heavy TV and want maximum flexibility without stress, this one's hard to beat. That said, not everyone needs something this beefy, which brings me to a slightly lighter option. Product number 2, USX Mount Full Motion TV Wall Mount 4290-inch. When I unboxed the USX mount, it felt sturdy but not as bulky as the Perlagear. The arms are slimmer, which actually made it easier to handle while mounting it solo. I noticed right away that everything was clearly labeled down to the hardware bags, and that saved me from a lot of second guessing. Once on the wall, the swivel felt controlled and predictable, especially for corner seating. I tested it with a 65-inch TV, and it held position without slowly sagging over time, which is something cheaper mounts sometimes do. The tilt range was enough to reduce glare without feeling loose. I also liked how close it sits to the wall when pushed back. It really cleans up the look of the room. This is a great pick if you want full motion for a large TV but don't need extreme extension or extra wide stud options. It's a solid middle ground before things get heavier or pricier. Product number 3, Mounting Dream Full Motion TV Wall Mount 3265-inch. The Mounting Dream mount felt more compact right out of the box, and that's not a bad thing. The welds looked clean, the arms folded smoothly, and nothing rattled around when I moved it. Installing it was straightforward, especially with the included template and the built-in leveling adjustment. I mounted this one in a bedroom, and during daily use the motion felt controlled and stable. I could tilt the TV down for late-night viewing and swivel it toward the bed without the mount drifting afterward. The extension was enough to adjust angles, but not so far that it felt like the TV was floating in space. What I appreciated most was how predictable it felt. No sudden drops, no stiffness. If you've got a medium-sized TV and standard 16-inch studs, this is a really comfortable, no-drama option that just works. But if your TV is bigger or heavier, you'll want something rated higher. Product number 4, USX Mount Full Motion TV Wall Mount 3786-inch. Holding this USX mount model, it immediately felt like it was designed for everyday reliability rather than extremes. The steel is thick, the arms move smoothly, and nothing feels flimsy. Installation was quick, especially since the instructions were actually readable. Once mounted, the balance stood out to me. Swiveling the TV didn't require much force, and it stayed exactly where I left it. I tested it in a living room with multiple seating angles, and it handled adjustments without loosening over time. The low-profile retraction kept the TV close to the wall, which made the space feel cleaner. It's not the longest extending mount I tested, but it doesn't need to be for most setups. If you want a dependable, full-motion mount for a wide range of TV sizes without paying for extreme features, this one makes a lot of sense. There's still one option left, especially for smaller screens. Product number 5, Amazon Basics Full Motion Articulating TV Wall Mount. When I picked up the Amazon Basics mount, it felt lighter but still solid for its size range. The design is simple, no unnecessary parts, and that actually made installation faster. I mounted it on a smaller 43-inch TV, and it felt perfectly matched for that weight. The arms extended and retracted smoothly, and the swivel was more than enough for a bedroom or office setup. I noticed it stayed level after adjustments, which isn't always guaranteed at this price point. It doesn't have the heavy-duty feel of the larger mounts, but it doesn't pretend to. For smaller TVs, it feels balanced and secure. If you're mounting a TV under 55 inches and don't want to overspend on features you'll never use, this is an easy choice. It quietly does its job and stays out of the way, which honestly is what most people want. So those are my real-world picks for the best TV wall mount, based on actually installing and using them. Every setup is different, so check the links in the description to see current prices and details. Hopefully this saves you some time, money, and a few holes in your wall.